Hello, welcome to my channel. Today is just looking to make a February team reveal. I've definitely made some changes. There's been a lot of news as well. So yeah, let's get into it. First thing is really got to focus on the keepers. So I'll sort of go through each line in the team reveal there. But yeah, there's a big focus on making sure I got those 12 keepers. There is an alternative structure. I'm still sort of 50-50 on a pretty important thing there in the rucks. And I've also got a preseason bet. If anyone follows me on Twitter or X, probably no surprise when you see the bet, but I'm sure not everyone's going to agree. There's a few mouths to feed there, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Any feedback, let me know. This is only my third or fourth video. So yeah, feel free to post any comments, and I'll probably do some draft videos later as well. So yeah, looking forward to sharing my thoughts with everyone. But let's get into it. So we've wiped the team clean. Let's look at defense. No change to Rosie. He's a lock. Buy free, averaging 105. Whether he plays defense or mid, I'm still pretty happy to have him there at 105. Very high ownership, and rightly so. Yeah, he's going to be a lock there. Now, this D2 position, I mean, I'm very torn between the three here, but I'm actually going with Jordan Clark. He's only in 10%. It's actually been creeping up the last a few days in February. The reason, though, just having a look at his run, when I was doing a bit of research, I think in the last video I did, he's been scoring really well against Geelong. Then he's got, you'd think it's going to be a pretty easy run against Melbourne. Should be pretty easy against Richmond as well. And I think if we go down here, he's still got Adelaide, Collingwood, West Coast, Carlton, and then Essendon as well in the 10th. I don't know, I just think he could go on a really big tear here. And hopefully they don't use Ryan too much. I think Clark's probably going to benefit from the new rules. If there is going to be less, I guess, kicking to the boundary at the risk of it going out of bounds, I think teams are going to chip backwards a bit more. So Clark's going to get a lot of kicks off that half back, running half back. Ryan, I think, is pretty good at that as well, but I just think he's probably getting a bit older now, and I don't know. I feel like Clark's going to have a bit more upside and being buy free as well. So yeah, I'm really going with them. The next one though, it's going to be McKercher. Same deal. If he's playing down back, reports are now he's training down back. He's buy free. It's priced at 83. We know when he plays down the back there, he's going to average 100 plus. I'm counting him as a keeper as well, and he's locked in my team. So the next option though, I'm back on Newman. I saw some footage of Carlton, just terrible kicking all round. They were just kicking out of bounds in a drill, over the head, fumbling, another kick inside. It's just woeful. Just look, maybe they're rusty. It's still early, but it just from all the Carlton people sounds typical. Newman is their best kick, right? Yes, still had a bit of he's been eased back into training already. So what are we, 5th of Feb at the moment? So he's still got a few weeks to go. But his skills are elite. Yes, he's old, I know, but with that value that's there, I just think Newman's going to take control of that back line. His kicking's just, no one's going to really steal his kicking efficiency and therefore take that role. So I've got Newman locked in. With the Rooks, this is where I'm starting to just keep it flexible. We might get some good defense for rookies, so I'm going with Grill. I think that's how you say it. And then also Lindsay, keeping him on field until we know more. And then Gibkiss as well. No change here to the rookies, just on the bench. I think he'll be good cover as well when we get some of the bye rounds with Newman and maybe some others if I can swing it around. And Sarong, I don't know what to expect from Sarong. We just got to wait and see. But It's going to be hard to get into that Swans team, I think, or defense. Even if he gets in, I'm not sure he's going to have a very good role, but if he's playing, look, he's there at the moment at D6. So that's how defense is looking. Pretty common picks, but pretty surprised with Newman though, to be honest. And Clark, I think they're going to be a little bit of a point of difference. And yeah, Clark being buy free, I think is good. So now we're going to move to the midfield. So I'm still going Butters. Again, buy free. I think he's going to have an amazing run. I hope he comes to Essendon. I've seen some pics on Twitter with people putting Butters. He wants to return to Victoria and putting him in an Essendon jumper. Yes, please. That if he does that, whatever number he gets, I will get a new Guernsey with his number. But yeah, let's wait and see. But this is where I get a bit different now. So sort of going through the list, there's a few avoids here. When we look at the midfield, I mean, I think if you've 21% with Bond, I mean, he's seriously going to be a pod. If he stays pretty low like this, yes, he's got that early buy at 700 and he'll lose money, but he could be an amazing pod for people to start with as well. So just something to consider. But yeah, I'm going with Butters. Pretty much avoiding all the rest. Dacos, not too keen on his early run as well. I think he's going to be better after the buy. I still think he's going to be a very good option. So pretty high ownership. Dunkley, he's had a bit of an interrupted season with his shoulder. I think he still hasn't been training as well. So, he was a huge pod for me last year and scored that 170 to start. But I'm not going to do it again this year. I'm sure he's tough as nails. He's probably going to be fine, but just not going to pay up that money to have him. So this is where we get down. Okay, there's some really good pods here. I'm actually going to go with Brayshaw. He's buy free. He's got that run with Clark. So it's just looking amazing. And he's just look tons everywhere. And then you got the easy run there with Richmond. And then that's just going to open up as well. So I think I'm going to go Brayshaw over Sarong as well. I'm a little bit worried about Sarong is more contested, whereas Brayshaw I think's got a better outside game. So if the game is going to be more free flowing, I just think Brayshaw's going to be fitter, and he's proven that as well. And he could be, if he averaged 111, I'd be okay with that. But I think there could be a little bit of upside there for him as well. So surprised he's gone under the radar a bit. If he has that hot start that he had last year as well, that could be amazing. I think he was doing 130s. Yeah, by round 7, he was just pumping out consistent tons and pretty good tons there as well. So I missed that. It was a really bad miss to start. But this year, I don't know. I think I'm going to back him again with their early fixture. I think it's going to be really good. I really wanted to start Dawson. If I was going to get a fourth mid, I probably would have gone Dawson because he's buy free. But that's mid-season buy. The first buy is really going to clog up with some of the other boys that we're going to have there as well. So I've taken him out. He could come back in, but Dawson is out at the moment. Callaghan in 14% of teams at the moment. He's a lock. I just think he's going to be so fun to watch. 111. He's one who could really benefit with the recruits that they've had. I mean, you've got Tom Green, Clayton Oliver there as well, feeding it out. He's got really good bursts. Fixture starts off okay. It's not too easy, but it really, by the time it opens up, Richmond after the bye, then you got North, and Gold Coast were generally pretty good to score against. Then Essendon West Coast. I know we're sort of in upgrade season by then, but I just worry that if I can't bring him in by round 5 after his first bye, he's just going to be too hard to get. And that plus Whitfield as well. I think they're going to be like your first trading targets when I look at the fixture. And then playing D's as well. Carlton might be pretty easy. And they're playing Essendon twice, so who knows what to expect there. I think Finn Callaghan's going to have a really good year by all reports. So I'm surprised he's only in 14%. So, yeah, they're my sort of locks in my midfield. And then after that, I mean, no real surprises. Going with Parrish. I've explained that before. And going with Young. Happy to take these risks. Again, I mean, look at these Freo boys. I've got benefit of a good fixture and buy free players all in those three. So Young's probably going to be that sort of third or fourth mid. It's going to be interesting to see because I just brace your Sarong. You're not going to see any changes. Then Young, but then are they going to play Jackson through there, for instance, or someone else as well? So yeah, I think look at 389. You know, if he was 450, I'd be getting a little bit worried about his role, but I think that there has been some evidence to show anyway his tackles, tackle efficiency whenever he lays a tackle was among the top for last year as well, before even though it was interrupted with injuries. So yeah, I still think he might be pretty defensive, but at that price, you know, even if he makes 100K, I still think that's going to be worth it, and then we can maybe upgrade him later as well to someone. So yeah, just don't overthink it. Go on for value there. That most people are going to have him. Now this is where it gets a little bit. Yeah, look, I've gone Yulin. All reports saying he should be playing on the wing as well. Obviously, should have gone number one. They're saying in the draft. So and yeah, with the people that have left, you've got Fiorini and I can't remember the other guy who retired. Oh, anyway, Swallow, I think. Anyway, yeah, there's just a spot there for him, and you know he's probably not going to score a lot, even if he's scoring 60s, maybe 70s. There's probably going to be other rookies that might score 55s or 60s that are cheaper that might make more money, but I think his job security is going to be good and his versatility as well to swing with Rosie and Grill as well is going to be really handy. So he is one that is in and out of my team because of the high price tag, but I'm pretty confident he's gonna be a good pick. So I've got Euland in there. I've got Sharp as well. I just think he's gonna it should be in the senior side pretty early, I think. Obviously we have to wait and see. And well, everyone should have Smith, so I've got Smith there as well. Now, these rookies on the bench, well, this is all to be. It all depends who's got the green tick, and then we can assess who's played the best in. Let's go here. Yeah, who plays the best in the preseason, and we'll sort of go from there. So I'm going with the Tiger boys. Can't afford Cumming, and I'm not really sure what role he'll be playing. But Patrick Ritzko, I think that's how you say it. Sounds like he'll be on the wing, so I think he'll be a really good bench option and good cover as everyone has buys here as well, which I'm really only going to have Callahan and Ewan, so he'll be a good cover player on Smith as well if he's going to play regularly, and hopefully Smiley is in as well. I mean, Smith I think's favourite for the Rising Star. If Smiley does start, I think he could be a really good smoky for the Rising Star as well. I think it was in the 30s. So yeah, that's how sort of the mids are looking at the moment. Got a bit of cash to splash here. So now we get to the Rucks. Now the Rucks has been the biggest headache, right? Are we overthinking the Primos? Are they really going to be that impacted by these rules? Well, I'm going Tim English. He's only in 15%. He's like a midfielder. I think his transition play is really good. He gets lots of marks and kicks as well. He actually looks like a footballer, unlike some other, ruckman that like Riley O'Brien or yeah. So I think if there's less contested possessions and points, he's still average 111. He could be back to his 120, 130 average that he had a couple of years ago as well. So he's been locked in my side since Team Pick has come out. I traded him in last year and got that really huge score that he got as well. But yeah, I just think I'm surprised he's only 15%. But this next position is really causing me a lot of headaches. I really want to start Brian. I did put a tweet out recently as well. Even if Brian doesn't play, it might, and it's likely he comes back around 1, 2, or 3. I know expectations could be 5 at the moment, but he's doing his running. He's got the cap on for no contact. There's a chance that he could be sooner. Who knows, right? So the 257 and buy free, I'd take the chance. He might start slow, scoring 70s and 80s. Again, I think he's very similar to English, the way he plays and the way he looks. I hope he gets there. I've got really big hopes for Brian there. So it is an option to start him. You're only going to miss one spot, and then maybe Reedy. We'll know if he's going to play round 1 anyway, if Brian's not in. And then you can put Reedy on field here. Keep Brian on the bench. And then the next 3 weeks, you're going to be best 18 anyway. So eventually when he comes back, then you can swing him back. It's really from round 5 when the early season buys finish. Do we want to have Brian? So this is really messing with my structure of what to do. At the moment though, I think I'm going to go Gorn. So I think, yes, it's a high price tag. Yes, his age is a factor. There's all these issues now at D's. You know, they've had all the player exodus as well. Now we've got May. I don't even know what the issues are there with May as well. But I just think with the transition, he's gonna park himself behind the ball, right? And it's going to be more free flowing. They're going to attack, chip around the back maybe, and eventually kick long. He loves a pack mark, right? He's fit as well, so he could start really slow. Really fast, really good. And then he could slow down towards the end of the year. So you're paying a really high price. I don't love it, but he is buy free. And we just know that Gorn is a beast as well. So I've got him in, and is pretty unique as well at 18%. I'm avoiding Tristan Sherry. Just looking into it more and more, I think Tristan Sherry is more of a contested beast. If anyone's going to lose on their average, I think it's going to be Cherry more than Gorn or English. And Grundy with the early buy, I think I'm just going to avoid. I mean, he could probably be the best pod out of all of them. Who knows? But I think I'm just going to back Gorn at the moment. So that's how I've sort of landed, but heavily considering moving down to Brian. So now we look at the forward. Well, I'm slotting in Cheezel. He's a lock. My next one is Christian Petrarca. Just the more I look into it, yes, he's in 40% of teams. He's got that really annoying early buy. He's priced at 96. I mean, he could seriously come out averaging 120 in the first few rounds. You know, whether it's the first 5 or 10 rounds. And by the end of the season, he might average 105. If he's averaging 120 at the start with his really good run, right? He's playing West Coast first up, then Tigers, then Melbourne. I know probably the logical thing to do is upgrade to him after his buy. He's got that where is it? Yeah, or after his early buy, or pretty quick. But if he goes on a run there and is averaging seriously 120s and ends up on 105 at the end of the year, it means he's going to be averaging about your 90 or 95s if those games get tougher at the end. But they've still got Eagles, North, Carlton. There's going to be some... Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one here. Yeah, here. It looks like it's going to get harder later, possibly. And he's just going to benefit very early. So I don't want to miss out on that. I'm backing Christian Petrarca. I don't think he's going to get any attention. The attention's going to be on Rao, and probably more so Anderson, to be honest. And he could drift up forwards. He's training with the midfielders. We know he can play midfield. We know he can kick goals. He's dangerous up forward as well. So yeah, I'm really warming up to Petrarca and backing him now. The more I look into it, the more confident. I think we just had a really down year last year, so he's in. Now, the next options, well, I'm going to go Flanders. Everyone is. I'm going to go Filippo as well, but I'm going McDonald's. All right, all reports. I know he's only 6%. Even this is creeping up as well. With Day injured, I've been waiting for C-Mac. Now remember, there's two C-Macs. There's Cam McKenzie and then there's Connor McDonald. Connor McDonald he's a very good high half forward. He runs up and down. He's as fit as anyone, been in the system for ages. Kingy praises him the way he trains. His teammates do as well. I just think he's primed. If he's in that midfield, even if it's a low percentage, he didn't really have any CBAs last year. So if we look here at Hawthorn, he didn't have any. So we can't really look at his data. What is it here? 5 CBAs. I think he had him over here somewhere, and I don't know who was missing. Warple, well, he's out, and Ward and Day was back for a couple of games. So yeah, even though Day missed this big chunk and McDonald didn't play, now we don't have Warple. I just think if he's playing in the midfield, he could be unreal. He could be as good as Petrarca possible for this year. I'm saying so. It's yeah. I hope he stays as a pod. And then look up this F6. I guess I'm going Marshall. I'm not going to pay 214,000 to go Ugo Hagen, even if he plays round one. I think his best average has been like 60, 65. Just not going to risk it. So yeah, hopefully we see Marshall down back. But again, something to watch in the preseason games. And then here, I'm probably going to go Lombards. It sounds like he's been training really well. Should get an early debut as well. But I'm not expecting too much. It's really just up forward, I think, sort of forward role. So he's probably not going to be a high scorer. But with that early fixture, I think those Gold Coast boys might have a chance to have a few good spike games to make cash for the rookies there. So, yeah, I'd like to start Lombard. Let's see. And, well, Robertson. Could be Schoenberg as well. I mean, both are pretty mature. But by all reports, it sounds like Robertson's ahead of Schoenberg, who came from Adelaide. So I think he'll be a really good forward option. So that's all I've got. And then what does that leave me with? 139,000. So really just got to find the best rookie available. And I'm probably going to go Brody. All right, it could be a trap. Wow, 54% in teams. Buy free. But again, you're going to have the option. Hopefully Draper's fit so I can, swing them around and play as someone else if needed. But that's what the team's looking like. Hopefully I'll have 19,200 left. And it's a pretty good projection as well. Not that it means anything, but let's probably going to VC English, Captain Butters, something like that to start. But it really depends, on this Gorn situation. So 1841, good projection. The alternative though, what would I do if I didn't have Gorn? All right. So this is my alternative. A slotting Brian, I've got 451k to spend. Okay. Where would I splash that money? Well, this is where I'm probably going to get rid of one of the rookies, right? I probably can't afford to do this move, but I'm thinking something like this. Gives me 650, and I'm thinking Whitfield. Again, that early run with Callahan, 50k, 51k in the bank means I could maybe beef up one of the rookies. Maybe Draper doesn't play. I don't know. So now I might be able to get coming in, for instance. I think I can just scrape him. Yeah, 600 left, but gives me a pretty good room to do that. Or possibly Farah. Am I going to have enough? Or Farah have 14,000 left. So that gives a really good flexibility. And I just think these sort of half backs, they could go nuts this year with the new changes. Again, if a team's stuck, right, what's the best option? Are you going to kick it long down the line? It goes out of bounds, free kick, right? Or do you just chip it backwards to your half backers and switch from one halfback, to cross to the other wing and go? Well, these halfbackers could really clean up, including Rosie as well if he's there. So it all depends on rookies, but this is sort of an option I'm considering. Gawn or Whitfields. Looking at the buys, plenty of cover. Again, if Newman's out, I've got Gibcus cover plus another rookie. I think that's fine. Smith out, plenty of cover, and not really missing anyone else in the forward line. So that's pretty strong, I think, for the first one. Now, round 3, this is a bit of a tough one, right? This is what I have to be careful of. I've got English. I'm pretty locked on Petrarca now, and McDonald if he's playing in the middle. So I'm sort of missing those 3 primos, but that's it. And hopefully Reedy plays. Even if Brian's not back yet, it's going to be best 18 anyway. And I should be able to swing, Petrarca with maybe Draper or whoever I can move there into the forwards. So I still think there's a lot of cover available. And yeah, with the best 18 anyway, if Brian doesn't play, I still think that could work. And then your round 4, well, yeah, Whitfield, Callahan, they're sort of big outs, and everyone's going to have Flounders and Filippo. So that's a bit risky having the 2 out. But again, still going to have pretty good cover and some really good primos there as well, with good fixtures coming up. So that's an alternative that I've been looking at. But most probably going to go with Gawn at the moment until we see more. I still think Whitfield's going to be a really good pick anyway. So yeah, let me know what your feedback or thoughts are. Obviously, the round 12 buy is pretty important as well. I got McKercher, Butters, Rosie, so 3 outs. Then Sheasel, Petrarca, 5 out. I think 5 will be okay. I have had 7 out on that round 12 buy at one stage, and I've cut that back. And you never know. You can plan, right, and 2 of them might get injured, and you have to trade them to a early buy free player, or someone with a later buy anyway. So it changes your buy planning anyway. So I'm not too worried about it, but if there is a 50-50 option, Brayshaw or Dawson, I have now lent over to Brayshaw, for instance, to make that a bit easier. Round 13 could be a problem. Whitfield, oh no, that's easy. There's another reason why I like Whitfield. I'm only going to miss 2 on that buy. So it'd be really good to have Whitfield and Callahan to carry through that, I think. I think they're going to be very handy plays in the buys. Yeah, this one here, 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suno Smith might be a primo by then. 6. So I could have a few outs, but some of these might be ready to upgrade anyway. So it might only be 3 or 4 there. So not too bad. And then round 15. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the Bomber boys. And Brian not really missing anyone there, so all good. So I think the buys are looking pretty good. I think it's a pretty even spread. And yeah, really 5 missing on that round 12 buy. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I think 7 I think is going to be too much. So I've trimmed that back. So yeah, that's how we're looking for the buys. Now, when I said 12 primos, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting Newman as a keeper. I think he's going to be huge for Carlton. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not counting them as keepers. 9, 10, 11, 12. I think Flanders is going to be a keeper. He only needs to average 95 plus. He's shown he's capable of averaging hundreds every week pretty much. So, and Petrarca as well. I think there's no doubt he's going to be a top forward. So yeah, question marks on McDonald, unproven, and Filippo obviously as well. But yeah, I've got 12 pretty good keepers. I'm pretty confident with those. So that's a bit more focus on quality, I think, and there's enough Ubers there to build around as well. So yeah, let me know what you think. I do have a bet I've done. So let's have a look at that. My bet, Christian Petrarca to win the Brownlow. He got no votes last year. Something was off, right? Just with the Ds. He wanted to leave, he couldn't. Ds were down, Petrarca was down. But look at these prior years. 2024, he got 16 votes out of 13 games. That's when he got that really big injury that rattled him. Well, rightly so as well. It also got the 2023, came 6. It came 6 in 2022 overall. Came 9th 2021. Equal 3rd. I mean, this is a top 10 Brownlow polar and he's going to a new club, and I just think he's got something to prove. So I've put $10 on, currently at 51. And if he gets on that early run, I mean, if he gets a few games where he's getting threes, yes, he's competing against Real and Anderson, but Petrarca is the star. They're going to notice when he plays well. And look how close it was. I mean, Real won last year. I think Real drops off this year a little. I don't know how much, but yeah, I just think Petrarca's a lock up forward. Absolute gift for us. There were some really good options though. I mean, look who he's up against here. You know, you got Chad Warner. I mean, come on, it's paying the same odds as Chad Warner. I mean, you might even be able to make money on Petrarca as his odds narrow. If he gets into the top five, maybe it's like 10-1 at some stage during the year. Maybe you can cash out because he's gonna. I think he's gonna beat Chad Warner, Jai Newcomb. Not sure about Cribs. Heaney, I think, is really good value at 34-1. But yeah, he hasn't made it into my team yet. So yeah, he is in good company. But I mean, Horn Francis is almost similar to Jason Horn Francis. I think Petrarca's a gun. I think he's going to rebound this season, and he's got something to prove at the new club. So yeah, that's my preseason bet. I'm not going to do too many, but I'm pretty confident there, possibly even to cash out. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in your comments, and yeah, I'll keep you posted on what the team's going to look like, I guess, closer to the practice games. Thank you.